So what I'm thinking about doing is, okay, I have a really good camping spot and it's free, 14 days. Like 8 miles down the road is the Lassen Volcanic National Forest. And like what you could do is you pay $30 and you get a 7-day pass. And you can't camp in there unless you pay, but there's dispersed camping like a couple miles down the road. So Monday, it's Friday now when all the crowds go away. I could go to a dispersed camping area near the Lassen National Forest. Like it's the Park Service, National Park Service. Pay $30, you get a pass, and a lot of people might say like, "Oh, why pay? Just do dispersed camping." I like structure, and if you pay money to go into a place, it's gonna cut down on the probability of like, scumbags and people breaking into your shit. So if I camp off the Lassen National Park property and go out into the national forest like a couple miles away, every morning I could wake up, use my 7-day pass, go into the park, and go into the park and use all the trails, climb the peaks, and then at the end of the day, I can go back to my camping area out in the forest. But when you pay, it does suck, but it cuts down on the probability of having your car broken into, and there's like designated areas you could park your vehicle and go hiking and stuff. And there's some really cool areas. There's like sulfur lakes, and this is an active volcano, so that's kind of cool. I'm thinking about doing it. I don't know. Right now, I'm battling migraines, so we'll see what happens. So I'm back at my old camping spot deep in the national forest in Northern California. I'm about 8,000 foot elevation. This camping spot, 14 days, free, dispersed camping. I mean, look at this. I got a river for the negative ions. I don't have anybody around me. I've got this whole entire area to myself. I got a hiking trail that like goes a mile out this way and loops back around, so I can keep track of my camping area while I hike, do my burpees, my pull-ups. But these are the kind of spots you want. And it's 60 degrees, and it's like noon right now, so the weather's perfect, the energy's perfect. All I gotta do right now is deal with these migraines. But yeah, you can't beat this spot. I'm getting camp set up, cleaning, and kind of organizing. But they're called grocery outlets. They're not really cheaper than like stores, but every once in a while you'll go in there and find something. But smoked salmon. This is supposedly like wild caught smoked salmon from Alaska. But it was only $7.99. I don't like eating salmon out of cans anymore. Somebody was telling me that it's full of parasites. So my advice is, if you're going to eat fish from cans, boil it in hot water. Like, take the product out, put it in a pot, and boil it. And that'll take care of the parasites. But smoked salmon, $7.99. What are you going to do? So this is my camping area, National Forest, Lassen National Forest. It's a really good area. You got 2 weeks until you see a ranger. I've only seen a ranger one time. It was some lady. She was hella cool. She gave me a map. But this is my favorite part. I'm parked right next to this river. I'm going to do some laundry in here tomorrow. I bought some these like spandex workout shorts that I'm going to use as underwear. I got like a size small, so they're real tight. I was using the merino wool that Callan recommended. They were cool, but I'm too active for them. And I wash them in the shower, and I'm just always like doing burpees and hiking. And so I tore holes in it. So I decided to buy some workout shorts, spandex, and just use them as underwear. And as active as I am, I have to use like workout stuff, but this is where I'm at right now. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm doing a hike, like a 2-hour hike. So I stopped working a month ago because of health problems, and I could go down the list. I got all kinds of stuff wrong with me, and anyway, so I had to stop working. I luckily was able to save up enough money to pay my attorney, and then I got money to live on, but not a lot, so I have to live like a bum. So I just got done with my hike and took down the pull-up bar. I'm gonna do 15 sets of 10 pull-ups, and then I'm gonna cook some eggs and avocado and shut it down, do some reading. Went for a 2-hour hike. I'm dealing with migraines and vertigo, and I just left the city yesterday, and I have to say that when I was in the national forest in New Mexico, I had a little bit of a problem, but nothing like I'm having when I went back to the city. So I'm wondering if there's something in the city that's contributing to making my health all bad again. So right now I'm just rolling with the punches. But yeah, I have a migraine so bad that like I can't even like see clearly. Большое доброе утро. Good morning. So gypsy vlog. I woke up, it's like 41 degrees. That's perfect for me. Slept good. This is the first time in a week that I don't have a migraine so bad that I want to just lay down and cry. So today I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to hike up to there's a rest area about 1.5 miles from here. My internet works up there. I'm going to go up there, hike up there. I'm going to do burpees, check the internet, and then I'm going to circle back around and get about a 4 or 5 mile hike in today. Come back and do chest and just kind of chill out. I'm going to hang up a string to hang up laundry, and that's it. But anyways, that's the 1 minute mark. Thank you. So right now I'm hiking up to the rest area on the road. I'm going to throw away my trash, and then I'm going to use the internet. They got an internet up there, and then I'm going to do burpees on a sidewalk because I like doing burpees on the concrete. I'm not going to go to the national park, Lassen National Park. I did the math. If I go to the mountain I want to hike every day and then pay to get in, over 7 days, it's going to cost me like $200 and something. I'm not working. I have health problems, so I need to start conserving money and putting it where I need it to go. So I'm going to hang out in the national forest and do everything for free. And yeah, so anyways, I'll just keep documenting what's going on, but I'm in the forest. You can't beat this. I don't have a migraine today, so there you go. So these are those underwear I was telling you about. These are shorts, right? These are like spandex shorts for running. So I got a size small, and I'm going to use them as underwear. And I'm showing people this because I get a lot of questions about like what I wear. I'm extremely active, and so I have found that sports stuff lasts me a lot longer. And these are for running. And I had the merino wool, which Callan recommended, and they're really good. However, I'm so active that I burn holes in the underwear. And merino wool is like $40 for 1 pair. This was $24 for 3 pairs. These aren't underwear, these are shorts. So I'm going to use them as underwear. And then I'm just going to wash them in water. And then I'll mix in baking soda, and vinegar, and watch it like boil up. See how it like boils up, and then that'll get all the bacteria and it'll get all the dye off the clothes, and I'll rinse it out in the river and hang it up, and then I'll have a fresh pair of underwear, and they're running underwear, so they'll last me a lot longer. Little advice, a word from the wise. So I just got back from my walk. I did like a 2-hour hike, Now I'm back at the van. I'm doing grounding, and I was gonna show you. People ask about my gear, and I carry all kinds of stuff, but I got one of these mini water filtration systems. They fit on like a plastic water bottle. These are good to have because you can screw it onto a bottle. This is a life straw inside of like this cup. You can fill it with water and drink from it. I got another life straw. I always have a lot of water filtration things. Just bought a little chair from the like Goodwill, like thrift store. See how small it is? Anyways, it was $8. It should have been like $3. You should see the attitude on these people that work at these secondhand stores. Like when you tell them, hey, don't you think you're charging a little too much money? And they're like, no. Anyways, $8. I use it to read, like when I'm sitting out here. And I was going to show you my new underwear. So these are spandex shorts. Right, just washed them. If you get them in small, you can use them as underwear. And I'm active. Everything else I put holes in. And I wash my stuff in the shower. So these are spandex shorts. Use them as underwear. It's even got a little pocket for a phone. Like you could hide your money and stuff in there. So these are pretty cool. If you're active, get a pair of them. And I always carry a lot of water. I'm going to do the Wizard's Brew today. I'll show you the ingredients later. And yeah, so there you go. There's a little insight. Dobry Utra, Gypsy Fox Vlog. Alright, what's up you guys? I'm up in the mountains, Northern California, National Forest. And today I'm going to take it easy. I'm going to hang up a clothesline so I can hang up my sleeping gear because of the condensation. And just kind of take it easy. A little insight about the Gypsy Fox. I have insomnia, and the only way I sleep is if I take over-the-counter sleep medication, and I have stopped taking that. And so sometimes I just don't sleep very well. I've had a migraine for like 5 days, and when you have migraines, nothing is enjoyable, nothing feels good, you're miserable. And today, it's kind of going away. So I'm going to take it easy, go for a walk, hang out around camp, and just think about what I'm going to do. But I'm just going to relax. And that's what you should do. Get into the mountains and relax. A little advice, if you're going to use paracord to like hang up your blankets and sleeping bags because of condensation or dry clothes, I always carry 2, 3, or 4 3-inch screws and something to screw in. And it'll save you from having to wrap your paracord like around the tree and waste it. If you've got 3-inch screws, you could put a couple screws in trees and just tie knots around the screws. 3 inches is long enough to go into the tree, and it's just good to have screws because you could do a lot with them. So when you got your string up, you know, you want to hang up your gear. So I got my blanket, my blankets. My aunt made this for me right here, by the way. And then I've got my sleeping pad, and then I've got my reflector. So this is all my sleeping stuff. I should have a mattress. I would probably sleep better, but I maximize pain and discomfort to toughen myself up. Really, that's kind of why I only sleep on a mat right here. This is a little thin mat. And I put this underneath me, the reflective thing, to shoot the heat back up towards me. And then this is what I sleep on top of, these blankets right here. But if you get the sun, hang your gear up. And then my sleeping bag, I have it hanging over here from the back of my bike rack. But anytime you get sun and you're camping, hang your gear up because it'll mold from condensation. So there's some advice for you. Hey, when you're done with the screws you put into the tree, just unscrew them and take them with you. It's not going to hurt the tree. So that, like if you take screws with you, you only need 2, 3, or 4, and you put them in a tree, and then when you're done, you take them out and you put them back in your backpack or whatever, and it's not going to hurt the tree. Right down there in the water, that's where I keep my organic grass-fed to finished butter. I don't have a refrigerator, so I put it in a sealed jar and put it under the water, sticking out there a little bit. And yeah, that's where I keep my butter. So right now I'm going to get a big tablespoon and take it to cook eggs. Improvise, my man. I had nowhere to put my butter, so I put it in a jar in the river, and it's holding up pretty good. It started to go bad. Anyways, organic grass-fed to finish. Organic butter is really good for you, and I use it, like I'll throw it in my eggs and beans, and it adds fat to your diet. Fat and protein is really good for you, and then like not a lot of carbohydrates. That's kind of the diet I do. So I'm getting ready to scramble some eggs, and if you want to expand or augment your eggs and make them like more fluffy and more amount of food, I'm gonna add some coconut flour, organic coconut flour. I have a bunch of this, and it's got good fats, some good carbohydrates, and it's a better alternative to like wheat and oats. So if you are a big eggs guy like I am, and you want to blow up your eggs and have, augment them and have more, and you want some more nutrients, get yourself some coconut flour, organic, throw it in there, throw some water in your butter and shake it up real good, and it cooks up real nice. It makes nice big fluffy eggs, and it tastes really good. So there you go. Another word from the wise: if you have digestive problems like I started to have, or if you have, when you eat, you don't want to have that big spike of insulin, and you want your food to digest and get all the nutrients out of whatever it is you're eating. Even if you eat junk food, this will work. Start with a couple capfuls of apple cider vinegar in water. 1 cup of water, some apple cider vinegar, everything organic. And then I also take these Dr. Bird Advanced Digestive Enzymes, and it helps me digest, and I feel a lot better. I started to have constipation and like weird problems with my stomach. I know it's weird to talk about, but it hasn't been fun. And you add that to all the other problems I've had, and apple cider vinegar has made my life a lot easier. And after every meal I take this, and it works out great. So thank you. It is 4 a.m. Every morning I wake up at 3, and then I can't go to sleep. My mind starts racing, and I'm going to make videos on this in the future. I have ADHD really bad. So 3 a.m. rolls around, I get up to go pee, and next thing I know, my mind's racing and racing and racing and racing and racing and racing. And I lay there for like 2 hours, and then I say to myself, I should have just got up and made coffee. So that's what I'm doing. Right now I'm up 4 a.m. making coffee, and I'm going to start early. I'm going to read after I get my coffee going, and then I'm going to go for my walk, work out, come back to the van, and just do things around here. Anyways, in the future, I'm going to start making videos on ADHD and how hard life is living with that condition. Thank you. Dobry utro, большое доброе утро, you scallywags. I don't have a migraine this morning. Thank you, God. Thank you for restoring my soul within me. Your faithfulness is great. Anyways, beautiful morning, beautiful day, beautiful energy. Большое красивее, красивее, красивее. I love morning times. It's about 7 a.m. West Coast time. National Forest. Northern California, below Oregon. And wow, what a beautiful morning. Anyways, I just wanted to show off and let you see everything that I'm seeing. This is my view. I woke up and this is what I get to see. It's better than the city. Forget about it. And then like right now, so I'm gonna do my bar work. I just did a 2-hour hike and I stopped and got a bunch of pine needles. And I'm gonna chop them up and I'm gonna boil them in hot water. And this will give me more vitamin C than I could get anywhere. And it's the best, healthiest, organic. And then also another thing with Callan's Wizard's Brew, he would add the creatine to the brew, which is cool. But what I'm going to start doing is just taking the creatine individually so I could be more in control of the amount I get. So like if I, like when you mix it into the Wizard's Brew, I don't think you're getting a consistent dosage. So I want to make sure I get 5 grams a day of this. And what I'm going to start doing is mixing the creatine in with my pine needle tea, vitamin C, creatine, and then that's going to be my my post-workout drink. And so anyways, yeah. So right now I'm going to chop this up, smash it up, and then you boil it, and you get and you'll get like a big blast of vitamin C. You know, nothing compares to it. There's no organic vitamin C out there that compares to pine needles. Trust me. I'm gonna do a quick gear review. So if you're, this is for like hiking. This is like moderate weather. It was like 20 or it was like 39 degrees, and I used my merino wool top, my Free Country jacket, a beanie earlier, and then these are shorts, but they're called like capris, and they're made out of like stretchy elastic stuff, right? But they're long shorts, right? So they go down very low. They go almost to my ankles, but they're stretchy. They're made for the outdoors. The best thing about these, and I recommend this for anybody who's like doing outdoor stuff, or if you live even in a city and you want to wear kind of like survival clothes but that look like normie clothes. Like this is a normie outfit, but it's all survival hiking stuff. You want elastic, or excuse me, you want a drawstring, right? You want an elastic band around your waist, and then you want a drawstring. Belts suck. When you have an elastic band and a drawstring, it's more practical and efficient, and it's just easier to adjust stuff, right? And if you got to piss, it just makes more sense, and it's more snug around your waist. And any gear you have, you can just throw it in your backpack. You don't want to have it hanging off a belt. Belts suck. I hate wearing belts. And then because it was cold, I wore merino wool socks, and if you just pull them up and then hang your shorts down, it's just like wearing pants. And then the shoes I use, these are called Irish Settlers. These are hardcore, like rugged shoes, and I've got about 100 miles on them, and they are breaking in and they work out great. These are like for hardcore terrain, and they're also for like moderate, even city terrain. The trick is though, these are super waterproof. They work great in the snow. The trick is you want to get, if you're gonna do hiking or outdoorsy stuff, or just have survival stuff, you got to realize that when you walk like far, like over 5 miles with a 40-pound pack, your feet do weird shit. Like they expand and swell. So if you're gonna get boots, I recommend getting boots. These are hunting boots, Irish Settler hunting boots. You want to get one size bigger, so I wear 11, I got a size 12, and then you want to go for the extra wide. So these are the widest ones that they make. And I don't have big feet. However, when you move around, when you're out there for 6 miles, and you've got a heavy pack on, your feet are going to swell and they're going to expand, and you don't want to have shoes on that are snug because it's going to fuck your feet up and make you miserable. So these are the Irish Settlers right here. I recommend you get these because they're waterproof, snowproof, and they work great in the rugged outdoors. That's the bottom part. So anyways, that's just a quick gear review. I'll do a better gear review later of just all my stuff. Like I have the 6-layer military cold weather setup, and I'll show you that. But this is a perfect setup for the city or the mountains. Remember, you want elastic drawstring pants or shorts. They work great, way better than belts. Belts suck. This is where I'm having breakfast. Eggs, avocado, and I'm sitting next to a river. And I don't have a headache. Life is pretty good. I can't complain. Pretty nice, eh? So I want to stress the importance. These are Irish Settlers, ultra dry. And the number, if you want to buy these, is 2815. I don't know, like, you know how like they'll have like Nike Air Max? Irish Settlers 2815. A very important thing, right, is if you're going to get boots, make sure you get one size too big, and make sure you get the widest boot that you can. So you know how like boots come in like, I think it's like 3, like it's some indicator that will tell you if the shoe's like thin width, medium width, or large width. Go with the largest width you possibly can. People that have never done this, I used to do wildland firefighting, so I know what it's like to be on your feet all day in boots with a 45-pound pack, you know, doing like 10-15 miles a day, you know, walking. Your feet spread out and swell up. So if you're at the store and you put a pair of shoes on and you're like, oh, these feel great, what you don't realize is that when you start moving around for real, your feet will blow up and get big, and you don't want shoes that are squeezing your feet when you're in a you know, like, let's say you're in a serious situation to where you got to take off on foot. You want to have a big shoe because you also want to be able to put on extra socks if it gets cold, but your feet are going to swell and hurt and throb. Anybody, go put a backpack on, a 20-pound pack, and walk 10 miles and tell me how you feel. But another secret, and the firefighters used to do these in the forestry service, you got to have a good insole. So the insole I recommend and the firefighters would use is called Spenco. Spenco. These are really good because you're probably a normie. You're going to go, I want some big cushy like pillow insoles. No, you want Spenco. These are like hard and firm, wide shoe, one size too big, and you preferably want to get a boot because they're waterproof, and these are universal. You want universal stuff. So thank you. So I'm back from my walk. I feel great. I don't have a migraine. Wow. Anyways, so today I'm gonna make the Wizard's Brew. I've been dreading it because it's a big process. You got to do a lot of mixing, and so what I'm gonna do in the future. This was very expensive, the Wizard Brew. So what I'm gonna do in the future is I'm just gonna buy like 2 tubs of grass-fed to finish organic whey protein, and it has all your amino acids. Callan, who put this together, he's a vegetarian. I'm not. And so what I'm going to do in the future is I'm just going to get my own whey protein, organic, grass-fed to finish, and then I'm going to take some ingredients of the Wizard's Brew. And like the first ingredient I'm going to use with the whey protein is the organic whole grain oat flour for the carbohydrate, and that'll be my post-workout meal. the organic date powder. This stuff I'll mix in. And then just one more ingredient, the organic coconut milk powder. And so I'll combine, like I'll do individual scoops and put it in with my whey protein. And I think that'll be more efficient and practical. I'll get more nutrients that I need because I work out a lot. And one more thing I'll add is collagen. Collagen is really good and it has amino acids that the whey protein doesn't have.